of Hyde Park. Call me Big Brother if you want to. I'm also known, and this is official, as the sex orator of Hyde Park. I'm on the internet, and there is a website, speakerscorner.net, and I'm known as Martin the Sex Orator here. It's very good that I'm here, because if I wasn't here, all you people would go to religious meetings, and all you women would potentially become wives in the kitchen, and as for your men, you'd be potentially international terrorists on aeroplanes. So it's very, very significant that I am here today, addressing you in the delightful way that I am, because I feel that I'm making more relevant remarks than any of the other orators here. Can I invite you to come a little bit closer? I've really humiliated the Americans more than anybody else, because I know what happened. Let me tell you. Do we have any Americans? I'm going to tell you this story. Any Americans here? You American? Yeah. Yeah, I thought so, because we used to dress like that in England 20 years ago. Look, anyway, is that how it be? I don't want anything. Can you come in closer? Everybody.
I thought you guys are trapped in the 80s.
I'm sorry, Pop?
I thought you guys are trapped in the 80s. I see all your styles, them big old glasses and stuff. Your style's trapped in the 80s.
Yeah, I thought that you might...
No fear, you know what? We were wearing that about 10 years ago, too.
Yeah, okay.
You're looking good.
I thought that you might want to defend America. You know, good for you. I mean, that's up to you. Although I personally think that there is no good reason to defend America. Anyway, you have a...
World War II!
Excuse me, my friend.
Some in there.
The Americans were sort of like behind creating World War II, but you might not be aware of that as a young, stupid American.
You're right.
Look, let me tell you this.
Because all I remember is, see, my history books, it was like Britain was being bombed out of existence. We came on over here and started whooping
my
up.
friend, I might be English, but I'm not either patriotic either. I don't believe in any patriotism. What I do believe in is a healthy society, which means we have to integrate, we have to love each other, we have to tolerate each other, we have to, even if we don't like them, is because they're so stupid. Now, I'm going to just, you know, I'll tell you, we're talking back to the Chinese. You know, 5 years ago, the Americans, if they don't do anything else in London, one thing that they love to do is feed pigeons at Trafalgar Square. So they can go back to America and say, hey, I fed pigeons at Trafalgar Square. That is one of the great things they like to do. Well, on this occasion, about 5 years ago, the police will probably remember this, there was a young Cockney English kid who was getting hold of these pigeons at Trafalgar Square and selling them for 20 pence each to Chinese restaurants. And you know, you look around at some of these people, they're the result of eating all that genetically modified pigeon stuff. But look, what I want to say to you, this was a very humiliating experience. They came to feed pigeons at Trafalgar Square. They were hoping that there were dozens of them, and it was like $500 down the drain. There was no pigeons to feed. Well, there might have been one or two, but there wasn't any more than that. And it was all because the Chinese people there were eating them up. And feeding them to people who like Chinese food, basically. Are you working in the restaurant business by any chance? No? Well, I hope you're not a toy manufacturer either. Because I personally had never forgiven the Chinese, because when I was a little boy, a young boy, I used to take to bed with me a little teddy bear.
That's the only thing you took to bed.
That was the only thing I took to bed with, yes. It's judging everybody by his own standards, ladies and gentlemen. It's all right. I saw that you had your hands in your pockets. Obviously, you were trying to find it. It was so small. But anyway, I don't want to go into details about that. It is true, of course, that most American men are gay, but I'll talk about that in a minute. I'm not saying that you're gay. You stand very beautifully. Now, back to I was gay myself. I saw it in my change my mind. But look, that's another subject. I'll talk about that in a minute. I love your beads.
You're kind of feminine up there. You're kind of dainty without those shoes,
so you like
those
me?
pants. Yeah, oh, I like you. I want to take you home.
He accuses me of being gay, but what is very interesting, of all the locations he could be standing, that man is nearer to my penis than any other man is.
Oh no, I want to get a measurement with this guy.
Right, I think it wasn't you.
Okay. If I was gay, I'd still rather go with this guy than you. You're ugly. I'm sorry?
I'm cuddly, I'm cute, man.
You're cute.
I'm into women.
You're into women?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame they're not into you, isn't it? Now, I'm delighted that you're getting it out of your system. I mean, let's face it, if you've been brought up, Springer, Montone, Ricky Lake, You've always got guys like you with psychological problems. And I understand your problem. That's why I'm here.
Help me! Help me! Help me, please! Help me! Teach me! I want to be like you!
I'm not going to insult this guy anymore because maybe he's already done it. Look, let's serious. Hear me out. Let me tell you, if the Americans could, they would go into Russia right now and just shoot literally as many Russian people as they could. But they're not going to do that.
Bullshit!
Hang on, here's another patriotic.
We just want to shoot you! Woo! If you were in Texas, we would shoot you!
Excuse me, my friend. Let me, thinking of his girlfriend's going to be thinking of me. No. On the train. I don't normally travel by such transport, but on this occasion I did, just to see how working class people travel. And I was on the train, and this American guy, he said, he looked like you actually, and he said to me, excuse me, can you tell me the way to Leicester Square? But he didn't say it like that, because English people would say it like that, wouldn't they? Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to trouble you. Could you kindly tell me the way to Leicester Square? Americans want everybody on the train to know they are there. He went like this. Hi, buddy! Can you tell me the way to Leicester Square? Which is a bastard in the direction of Heathrow Airport. Oh, yes. Right. Now, at this early stage, would anybody like to ask me a question about anything? I'm going to cover a few subjects today. Yes, sir? Large audience. And, no, hear me out. If people, including you, didn't think that I could stimulate you in areas that haven't been stimulated before,
He wants to stimulate you.
Hang on a moment. My friend.
He wants you.
Excuse me, please, could you kindly be quiet, because you're American. Yes, sir. What was that, Bill Clinton? Yeah, Bill Clinton. Well, I actually believe that Bill Clinton was telling the truth. When he was saying, I've never had sex with that woman, I believe it was that what actually happened. He was standing there, she undone his flies, she gave him a blowjob, and then he had a backache. He wanted to move her away, but it was not, his back would have hurt him, you know what I mean? So he, it was just unfortunate. He was, this situation was witnessed by the FBI and the CIA and other folks, you know what I mean? So I believe, America is